In this tutorial, I'm going to show you basic lighting in Maya. So, rendering is like photography, and in photography, in order to take good pictures, you need light. So, when I render something like this one, when I render this, as you can see, it's rendered properly, and the reason why it's rendered properly, it's because Maya has actually put light in. We haven't put any lights in this scene ourselves. Maya has already put light into this scene, default light. Let me show you what I mean. If we go to render settings, just go down, you see enable default light. So you can either turn that on or off. Okay, well, let's turn it off and see what happens. If we turn it off and render it, you will not be able to see anything. It's because there's no default light in here. So we can actually leave it on, because whenever we put any lights, Maya will automatically disable this light, and we'll be able to see whatever we're seeing using our light. So yeah, that one. And there's two ways you can get to lights in Maya. You can either find them in here in your render settings menu. You can find them in there, or you can just go to create lights and they're there. Just tear that one up, put it there somewhere where you can see it. So we're gonna jump up and down with these ones. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the spotlight. Okay, the reason why I'm gonna start with the spotlight is because the spotlight is the light that we usually use in Maya. Like most of the time, you use a spotlight as compared to any other lights. So we're gonna start with the spotlight. So click on it once. Go to your you notice that go to your perspective, your orthographic view. You notice that the light will be located right in the middle at center 0, 0. Okay, so you can bring it that way. Okay, you can bring it that way, but we can't see the light right now because there's default light in here as well. So just go to lighting. As you can see, there's use default light. Just use all light. That way we can use the light that we've got. See, you can see that it's doing something there, but this is not a very comfortable way of working. To me, I don't find it comfortable. What I like doing is using using this manipulator tool. So just click on the manipulator tool, you'll be able to use it. Now you've got the target. Okay, you've got the target and you've got your light. So this is good. If you shine it on there, and just let's just go to that. If you shine it on here, you're happy with it, render it and see what happens. There you go. You've got your bananas, apples, and oranges. Close that. Close that, and to get to let's get to the settings and see what other settings we've got. Okay. So if you're using a Mac computer, all you have to do is Command A. Okay. Command A to get to your attributes. But if you're using Windows, I think it is Control A or Command A. I barely use shortcuts in here, but yeah, you figure it out. Or you can just click the top, then it will come up. So when we get to the attributes, the first thing you're gonna see is the type of light that we're working with, which is a spotlight. And after that, you notice that, well, there's a color. We can actually change color to whatever we want. We can change it to green, whatever color, or we can just change move this dial around. Let's see. Usually, how come I can't move the dial? whatever. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can move the dial around to whatever color you want. So yeah, that's one thing. And another thing is you can increase the intensity of the light. Okay, you can increase the intensity of the light. So just take it to whatever it was. And if we go scroll down a little bit, you notice that there's a cone angle. You can increase or decrease the cone. Okay. Penumbra angle is another feature that we've got. Penumbra angle right now it's on 0, 0, but this is actually the ability to make a soft edge with your cone lighting. Okay, so when it's in the positive, greater positive, it means the cone will have a softer edge on the outside, but it's in the lower negatives, it will have a cone on the, like a soft edge on the inside. So soft edge on the outside, soft edge on the inside. That's how it works. And the drop off is pretty much the drop off of light. Okay, the drop off of light, as you can see. Look at that. Like to make it dim, to make it not as bright. That's what the drop off is. And the other last thing you notice is the no decay. Okay, the decay rate. So what the decay rate is, the decay rate allows the light to fall off with distance. Now by default there is no decay. Right, as you can see, there's no decay by default. Decay light does not work like in real life. Let's say if you right now, wherever you are if you're in your room, if you turn on the light, you'll notice that the light will not illuminate the corners of your room as much as it would right next to it or right below it. Okay, that's no decay. But Maya's decay, okay, Maya's decay will illuminate the whole room, regardless on whether it's a corner, it's behind a TV, behind a couch. The whole room will be lit up evenly. So that's the difference between the Maya decay and real life decay. All right. So on top of that, we've got these we've got these options: linear, quadratic, and cubic. Okay, let's start with linear. Linear enables light to fall off by 1 per distance. Okay, the linear allows light to fall off by 1 per distance. All right. Quadratic is it's an inverse square law, which is pretty much real life light. Real life light is inverse square law. Okay, it drops off per distance, whatever it is, you know. And cubic it enables light to fall off with inverse of a cube. Cubic enables light to fall off with an inverse of a cube. As I know this is getting technical, but I just wanted to tell you the proper definition. But the rule of thumb is simple. The rule of let me just check this out. The rule of thumb is simple. No decay means light will never change. Quadratic is pretty much real life light. Cubic, it's more than real life. Linear, it's somewhere in between. Okay, so these are just the basics of light of our light parameters. So the next type of light, let's just delete this light. The next type of light is the directional light. So we're gonna get the directional light, which is this one. Okay, let's bring it back. There you go. So the directional light, it works like a spotlight, except it has no cone. As you can see, it's just directions. It works like a spotlight, but except it has no cone. All right. It's almost like light from the sun. You know, it's almost like light from the sun. It comes in parallel rays. So because it's coming from different directions, the position of the light doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the direction of the light. So if I try to change this, if I try to rotate it, you notice, well, you see you notice if I tilt it backwards, it will light somewhere else. Direction is important for this type of light. This light is great for the general illumination of the scene, but you may come across problems when you go into things like shadows, because of the fact that there is no defined area for this light to fall like there is in all the other lights that we've looked at so far. It will be hard for Maya to actually calculate. It will be hard for Maya to calculate the shadows. So just bear that in mind, guys. The third light that we're going to look at, let me just delete this. Just delete this. The third light that we're going to look at is the point light. Okay, the point light. This is just like a bare light bulb. This is just like a bare light bulb in your room. A bare light that illuminates all directions, and there's pretty much no sense of direction like the light we've been using. Let's see, where is it? There it is. No, you. This is like a bare light in your room. There is no sense of direction whatsoever as compared to the lights we've been using. As you can see, that's basically what it does. Alright, let's delete that. Doesn't do much. So the fourth one is the ambient light. Alright, where's the ambient light? Right there. The fourth one is the ambient light. Let's see. This is kind of just like a general ambient light, just like a wash of light. Okay, you would just say it's nothing more than just an ambient room light. Typically, you might want to keep that ambient light low. As you can see, the intensity, you might want to keep it. You might want to keep it low. Now, if you light a scene, let me show you why I say you want to keep it low. If you light it up a little bit, it's a very powerful light, as you can see. So keep it low, keep it 1 if it works for you. Now, if you light up a scene where you have a bright sunlight or lights coming from all these different directions, you may want to use this light just to you may want to use this light, the ambient light, just to soften up things like the shadows and stuff. You know, you might want to use this to soften up the shadows and stuff. It's pretty useful for that. People use it for that most of the time. So yeah, just bear in mind that you can use this light to soften up shadows if you've got too many lights in your scene. So that's pretty much what it is about that. And again, play with these lights, guys. Play with them, find out more, because it's a short tutorial. So yeah, play with them, find out more. We'll delete this light, and the other light that we're gonna look at is the volume light. All right. Now this is my favorite, my personal favorite. If we look at the volume light, what a volume light is, it's a light that comes from or is contained from within its volume. So with the light, I can change the light shapes. As you can see, light shapes here. I can change it to a box, to a cylinder, to a cone, to whatever I want. Okay, so if let's say I've got a sphere, and before I forget, I can also scale it. I can also scale this light. This is a very good light, guys. So if I want to move it, look, what I meant by it's a light that is contained from within. When I put it on here, okay, let's say when I put it on this apple, you can't see much, guys. You can't see much, but you have until you render it. What did I do wrong? Let's see. This is my personal favorite light. If I put it in there, you can't see much until you render it. As you can see the light shining on there. Let's use a mental ray. Maybe mental ray will show more. Yeah, but you get the idea, guys. It's a light that illuminates from within. From within, you have to be inside it for it to shine. Whatever, it will only shine what's inside it, like that. What's outside? Okay, right now, let me just show you something. Let me show you guys something. Right now, it's the volume of light is outwards. Okay, right now it's outwards. So if I put it here, it will illuminate outwards. Look, it's little. Anyway, let's increase the intensity. Let's increase the intensity. Right now it's outwards. Yeah, it's outwards. But if I actually change volume light dir, okay, which is direction, it's outwards. If I put it to inwards, whatever will be in this will be able to see whatever is inside it. So let's say if we enclose this apple in that light and just render it, see that apple is showing more than all the other bits. But right now the intensity is high. So right now the intensity is high. So you get the idea, guys. It's a very this is my personal favorite, guys. Before I do anything, I try to see where I can use it, and if I can use it, I'll use it. If I can't use it, well, I'll use something different. You see what I mean? I love this light. Whoever discovered it was a genius. That's how it works. Whatever you enclose inside, it will be what's going to show. This light is good for accurate lighting of let's say cardboard. If you want to light the logo, it will do the job. So that's volume light for you guys. So and again, the last one that we're gonna use, the last light that we're gonna look at will be the area light. Okay, let me delete this light. Let me just delete this light. The last light that we're gonna use, that we're gonna work with is the area light. So if I put the area light as usual, it's in the middle. It's in the middle. Just move it. Yeah, what the area light is, this is just a light that comes from a specific area. This is meant this means it's coming from an area that's not a point or a specific direction, but just a confined area, just one given area, if that makes any sense, which gives you a little bit more advantage of your soft lighting. If you want to like soft lighten your scene, this gives you more advantage. The other thing with area lighting is that as you scale it up, okay, one thing about area lighting is as you scale it up, it gets brighter. So with area lighting, bear in mind that size does matter with area lighting, okay. But again, you can always fix it. You can always change it. You've got your light glow, you've got your shadows, yeah. So you've got your extra attribute. Yeah, this is yeah. So that's area lighting for you. You can change your intensity. You can drop down your intensity. You can, yeah. That's pretty much all the lights that we can look at, guys. We have to move on. So I know this has been a long tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And yep, that's basics about light. And that's I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.